We are not family friendly. Updating stream. Oh, I have to actually change the title, so for that to update. So Gideon is no longer hiccuping.
I got him under control. Maybe.
For now.
Fixed. Fixed. All right, we are live. You may start your recap, sir.
Welcome, everybody, to Jurassic Park. No, not really. So, last session saw part 2 of Argynvost Holt, which was more exploration, a little more combat. Specifically, we picked up at the beginning, kind of beginning of combat with a large number of Phantom Warriors, as Skirp and August have, at that point, bamfed out of a window, leaving Tally and Gideon not knowing what's going on, and suddenly being beset upon by the remainder of these warriors as they start phasing through walls. Spectral things and whatnot. After a big fight kind of in the opening area of Argynvost Holt, party's like, okay, no, we're okay. That kind of sucked, but we're okay. Moose came in, saved. Moose got an upgraded token also, which is kind of cool. They continued exploring and finding not really a ton of other things. They ventured to the upper floors. The upper floors, being the map that's up right now, Moose's token is it's slightly covered in fog of war, but it's one of the only tokens you can actually see on there on the map, surrounded in blackness. They came in up there and started trying to work their way through when they saw what looked to be a throne room. You can actually make out, the throne room there where Torchy is. His massive throne looking out to the west with this dragon kind of perching on top. And sitting in it was a revenant with a very large greatsword, also of dragon motif. And with the area how it was pretty much impossible to sneak up on him. It's a collapsed roof, effectively. Skirp approached, seeing this, and was like, "Hey, we're here to join the order, and how you guys doing?" To which he heard just this very stern, "You need to leave now." And further persuasion from Skirp found that the leader here, Vladimir Horngard, is apparently okay with the situation in Barovia, as he sees it as a form of eternal torment for Strahd. And to that point, he says that Strahd should not be overthrown, and anyone that is doing so is the enemy of the Knights of Argynvost. A little more, I don't want to call it failed persuasion. It was more just like talking to a brick wall on Skirp's part. Ended up in combat. And a very brutal combat wherein Skirp took several greatsword hits to the face and went down, as well as a large number of the Phantom Warriors appearing from nothingness and engaging the party. Everyone was like, okay, time to leave. And so in their normal fashion, August, bamfed out, took Skirp with him. Tally and Gideon are in retreat when Tally took some unfortunate greatsword hits as well and went down. And just as Vladimir Horngard is over her with his greatsword, getting ready to finish her off, this woman comes out of invisibility and, basically also bamps with her. And so Tally's being dragged off some direction, unconscious. The party is split. Gideon is nowhere near anybody else right now. And that's where we pick up, still sort of in pseudo combat. 2 party members down, and the rest of them split. And as is usual for this time of night, I need to go real quick and say hi to my wife because she's just home from work, and then I'll be right back and we'll start officially. Okay, bye.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I forgot we had 2 dead party members. I knew we had 1.
Yep.
But I mean, is
Skirp
really
is
dead?
stabilized with
like
0 HP.
What's your HP right now, Gideon?
54 to 63.
Making sure all of us are good. That's true. They are.
I've used all of my Battlemaster moves.
Okay, back.
Pretty sure I used my second wind and action surge. So Gideon is tapped.
Yeah, you guys used a lot of resources.
I have no
He was
spells
trying to
left
save
either.
Tally.
This is where we TPK after 25 sessions.
Well, escalation as it's known. So then, let's start with the party, shall we? Who said I'm not merciful? What do you guys want to do? Let's actually start with Skirp and August.
I don't think I have the strength to move. Gerp. Cantrips, I don't think I'm making him any lighter.
He is wearing full plate and several weapons and a shield and
Right. I'm gonna attempt to. I don't think I can drag him. Like, I will try. Just for science purposes, I'm gonna attempt to start dragging him away from the situation. So we have some space from the door.
Okay.
Untrained strength check, I assume.
I'm gonna say you can slowly move away. Well, give me a strength check and we'll see how good it is. You'll be at least half speed. What's your carrying capacity?
I can tell you I have a strength of 10.
Okay,
on
so
my
not
sheet
much.
somewhere after that. Does it
Basically, you
calculate?
can drag twice your carrying capacity.
Okay.
Carrying capacity is strength times 15, I think.
Max carrying capacity is 150. I can push, drag, and lift 300 pounds, according to the sheet that Otto fills out here.
Then you can drag him away at half speed.
Okay, so we are making some distance between us and there. Since he did stabilize, and I can see that he's no longer bleeding, I'm still going to try to get him some distance away. At least off what looks to be the grounds of this place.
Okay.
So that way, hopefully, any spirits or whatnot may be bound to the ground, the consecrated ground that probably is this place.
So out past like the dragon statue, for example.
Yes.
Okay. Which is, since you guys are on the second floor, not represented on this map very well.
So, I mean, I would have teleported 500 feet from where he was down and then forward and out. So I as far as way as we could have gotten because he was dying, but still make sure he's off the grounds.
Yeah.
That is what I am doing. Has August know about the hand yet? In his backpack, I assume.
I think so. I think pretty much everybody knows.
I will probably ask for a healing potion from his backpack and see if the hand provides one, because I don't have one.
Skirp, do you have any healing potions in your bag?
Check it. 2.
Just regular healing potions?
Yes.
Okay. The hand will, it is the hand of the free market after all, so it provides, but as soon as it gives it to you, it does like that I'm expecting some money, like, like in Home Alone when he's asking for, like Home Alone 2 when he's asking for a tip
I thought I
after he
couldn't
shows
see it.
Kevin to the room.
Right?
You
Can
thought you couldn't
August
what?
see it? Can August see it?
Everybody's seen it once or twice.
It's
Well,
the
it's an invisible hand.
Right, I
It's
thought
only
the hand was
seen-
invisible to everybody but Skirp.
It's seen only when it wants to be seen.
Gotcha. Well, I'm busy dragging this thing, so I mean, I'll try to flip a coin, but I'm more worried about giving him the potion than I am giving the hand a coin.
Well, for the moment, you have a standard potion of healing, which I think is just a D4, yeah?
It's 2d4 plus 2? 2.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Skirp, you want to roll it or you want me to roll it?
Go nuts.
Have the minimum.
Go.
Hey, that's 4 more hit points than he had previously.
That's 400% than what you were at.
Skirp wakes up.
Skirp is
Hopefully.
awake and being dragged slowly, and probably has a hell of a headache.
That's basically all August would have.
All right, Skirp. Now that your conscience, hey, what are you thinking?
I guess I stand on my own feet. You was available. Not as much.
You're talking constantly, Skirp. We're hearing like 3 words and then silence.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I guess all I've got is the second potion. So I'll go ahead and dig that out and drink that.
All right. Other than that, any other actions from you, or just trying to get your bearings?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of getting my feet under me for a second.
All right. +2 on that too. So
Yeah,
6
yeah.
points.
Takes me to 10, but that's all the healing I've got in the world.
Okay. Gideon, meanwhile, is in a staircase. I'm not sure if you're decided to move down or up.
Yeah, he was following the directions of the lady who saved Tally. Did she seem to point either direction, up or down, when she was pointing him to run this way?
Mainly just away. It was more of a, you need to get out of here.
Then he's taking down. He's going to full move, like full sprint, which should give him about 60 feet of movement towards the exit. He'd also told Squirrel to meet August and Skirp outside, so he should keep listening to that command.
All right, so
Basically,
Moose
we're
keep
both going
cruising.
down.
Okay.
Yeah, Moose. Yeah, they're doing like the opposite staircase thing where they're both running in that direction from the other sides of the building.
Yeah. So Moose is squeezing at this point. So, and if he gets stuck in the stairs, he's got, I think, disad on a couple things, but other than that, it's not too big of a deal. You both come out on the landing on the second floor, see each other, and he, notes you, but otherwise continues with your last command.
Yeah.
Told otherwise.
Yeah, they're both booking it for Skirp. I'm gonna keep my eye out to see if I spot Tally or the lady anywhere around, but otherwise I'm heading outside until then. Such time.
All right. Tally. You were, the last thing you remember is just kind of like this very like slight glint of light and being, seeing a woman over you, dragging you before you kind of went unconscious again. you're very, very slightly aware of just like this like bumping that's like constantly on your back as you're being dragged, not downstairs but upstairs. And you hear some rustling and also some swearing, and then I need to roll some dice here.
Ruh-roh.
These aren't row dice, not yet anyway.
Mhm.
You get 14 hit points back,
Woo!
and you're aware that there's this woman kind of like keeping you propped up, and she's feeding you a potion. She's staring at you like somewhat worried, but also like you get the sense that like she's kind of annoyed this happened in the first place. There's just this like, okay, you're alive, good. And then she's looking around like she's trying to figure out something. Where is... Here we go. I will show this. Everybody can see this. Gideon did actually catch sight of her, so not a huge deal if everybody sees this right now. You see this Vistani-looking woman, very gypsy-esque, except she has a like prosthetic leg. Looks like it's maybe clockwork or really, really finely crafted wood of some kind. She's dressed not dissimilarly to Van Richten, like in the like pouches and things that you've seen him have on him. There's what look like vials and stakes and stuff just like strapped to her body all over the place. She looks like she means some business, generally speaking.
Sort
And to you, she just says, "Good, you're awake. Stand up. We need to get out of here."
just very, very woozy, kind of room spinning a little bit, and kind of see Tally uh, close her eyes for a second, blink, and says, uh, "Thank you. Uh, who are you?" As she stands to kneel and then get up. And,
I am Esmeralda de Avenir. Don't worry about it right now. Seriously though, we need to get moving. I didn't think these stairs were a dead end like they were. I thought they led down, not up. We need to find another way out of here, and I don't know that going down to the last floor was a good idea again.
right. I look around. Do I still have my shield with me?
Yeah, I'm kind of assuming that like your shield was strapped to your arm, as they
Right.
often are. So you got battered around a little bit, but otherwise your gear is with you.
Okay, cool.
If your spiritual weapon was out, it would have vaped because you went
Yeah.
unconscious. But otherwise,
Yeah.
you're
That's
mostly intact, other than some pretty nasty greatsword wounds.
fair. So where do we go?
Well, as you're looking around, like she's pulled you just outside of a stairwell, and it looks like you're on the roof of a castle.
Oh, like we're all the way at the top of it?
Yeah. There's crenellations up here. You can make out what looks to be like a giant hole, just kind of northwest of you, sort of.
And what time of
What I
day is it?
can do, bring you up here. I'm gonna drag everybody up here because I don't really care if you guys see this because Tally's gonna see it and would tell you guys no matter what. Except does Tally have light?
I cast light on my shield.
All right, where's Torchy? I'm gonna bring Torchy up here. I assume you can see that now? Yes.
Yes.
I don't.
Sorry. You responded when I said Torchy, and like I didn't realize I was muted.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, you're muted.
I'll
You
just
guys are
use his stream for view.
okay. I shift pinged you guys up here, so.
Yeah, I can't see Torchy's light for some whatever reason.
Oh, that's weird. So it's this rooftop. There's some other doors around. You can see what looks to be another kind of small, busted open, maybe the actual point of the roof, and a giant hole in the floor.
What time of day is it? Is it nighttime?
It's getting on to be dusk, as I recall.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. So we don't want to go back down, but like I sort of get my bearings and I gesture over this way. I'm like, and I know we don't want to go that way.
For her part, she kind of starts, wandering around a little bit, going over, to the crenellation, looking over, like, it's maybe not so good.
Do I think that this would be something? I don't know if there's a way for in character to test it, but is it dark enough, or would I know that it's dark enough or not to use my cloak of the keepers of the feather?
I believe
needs to
the
be-
only
Do we
the
need
only
to be dim
requirement
light
was
or darkness?
dim light or darkness. It's not
Yeah.
quite dim light enough yet.
Okay,
And I
that's
would
what
say
figured.
you'd be aware of that.
Okay. I'm gonna walk. Well, if I kind of remember the layout a little bit, I guess we came up here. Is that about right? Out of this?
Yeah, out of that one.
Okay. There's kind of putting two and two together. Tally gestures. Is this a door over here?
Yes, it is.
It's like, if I'm not mistaken, that's the roof of the cathedral. Perhaps we could go down that way.
She's like, as good of a thing as any, and kind of moves over to the door and gets ready to try it. As I look up something to make sure. So as you the door, you hear a booming voice, and it is the voice of Vladimir. It's everybody can hear this. Those of you outside, Gideon, Moose, if you guys are still inside, or even if you've made it outside by now, it's him, and he sounds extremely angry. And he's saying, "Knights of Argynvost, to arms! The enemies are in our keep. See that they do not leave it alive." And there's just this energy, not anything in particular, not anything magical, but there's this just like kind of buzzing in the air that everybody can feel like something's happening. An awareness other than the obvious battle command you just heard that things are perhaps not good. Some things happen that you guys can't see because you're not there. And let's go back to August and Skirp. You guys have heard basically a cry of a call to battle coming from the keep.
How do we get down here?
You fell and I teleported us out.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Can we go back up there?
We can walk.
Oh.
I am out. I have expended my utility for the day, or for the hour, or whatever. For the moment, I am drained.
Yeah, me too. Well, we can't leave. What happened to everyone else? Did you teleport them out?
No, I can only take one, and we called for the retreat, and so I grabbed you and bounced, and they were supposed to meet us out here. And I assume the thump, 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 thump is the moose catching up.
Okay. I mean,
By now, Gideon and Moose would have made it downstairs, so you guys would see them.
Moose comes
tear
bursting
outside.
through the front door, followed very quickly by Gideon. Yeah.
okay.
Gideon like pulls up short of them and breathing heavily. There was a woman. She grabbed Tally and she disappeared, kind of like you. They didn't go down, but maybe they might have gone up. Maybe I didn't see them on the way down.
I can go look.
Be very careful. I think they're on the lookout for us. But I don't. Correct me if
So-
I'm wrong, Dungeon Master. I didn't see any of them with like spectral bows or anything, right?
Not as of yet, no.
Nope.
I will poof into the raven and fly up and get a bird's eye view.
All
Look
right.
down the roof.
Where are you flying into?
I fly up where we're at, so wherever we're at, I can fly up, and then I'll look towards the roof of the cathedral to see if I see them at all.
All right.
then-
Getting up to the second level. Actually, I guess you guys would be on the third level is where the fight happened. The fourth level and rooftop is where Tally currently is. So you make it level 3. See in the windows. You can peek in there real quick if you want to, or just continue up to the
Weren't we
rooftop.
fighting on 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would go straight to 4
Yep.
because he said they teleported up, so I would go straight up to the top. Essentially.
Okay.
Well, really, all Gideon knows is they didn't go in his path, but he assumes they didn't go down if they're not here. I don't know how that works. You always go down.
So yeah, I'll go up and see if I can see anything.
All
There, I
right.
guess.
Continuing up and up, you come to the rooftop, and so long as you're in either from the side where all that breakage is on the south, and kind of that gap through the center where the hole is, you should be able to see where they are, and they look like they're about to be heading into a door on the eastern side of the keep. You see Tally on her feet, though, probably holding her sides, and I imagine there's probably blood in her hair from the massive shots that she took, and a what looks like a Vistani woman.
Okay. I will good question. What will I do? Can I see Skirp in them from here as well? Can I see both?
Yeah, you can see both. That'd be
Okay.
fair.
I will try to crow to like signal for Skirp and them and do like a flying pattern. Like just say that I see her up here. They can figure it out. That's about all I got.
Okay. So Tally, you hear squawking from the west, and everybody on the ground floor, you hear, squawking above you.
I think he's trying to tell us that we should go back inside.
Not at all what I'm saying.
I turn and look, and I assume see a raven.
Yeah, you see a raven there, just
Okay.
flipping out.
just imagining a raven flipping out. Roughly what percentage of ravens do I see end up being August so far? Like a raven
Are we talking? What
number?
kind of timeline are we talking about?
Yeah.
Since you
Like
met
like
August, it's
if you
almost
met August, well, like
100%.
in general, like ravens common in wherever.
You guys
Well,
have seen a fair number of ravens. Most
August
of the time
always
they're-
has the raven on his shoulder, and I look exactly like the raven that's up. Granted, ravens are ravens, right? So
Ravens
I'll
all
be
look the
honest,
same to me.
it's a blackbird.
right,
Wow.
fair enough.
Wow.
You've,
We're getting
you've
a
seen
little dark.
yeah, you've seen a fair bit of them, a fair few here in Barovia,
Okay.
especially since you've kind of become an envoy of the keepers.
It's like that's strange.
So Skirp, with your insight check, and when you know it's August, you watched him transform and flame up there. He's clearly squawking some kind of like, "Hey, I see something. It's up here."
It's like they might have gone up instead of down. August sees something.
You're really in no shape to climb, are you?
I mean, that's usually true, but particularly now. Can we? Is there anything nearby that we could? I don't know. Create
You-
some sort of like cushion, like
You see
branches or
Gideon looking between Moose and Skirp over and over, and then Moose starts doing like some practice throws, like like it's getting its arm limber.
No.
Hang on.
To specifically answer your question, there is a finely padded coffin, as I recall.
That's true. Okay. If you're gonna do what I think you're gonna do, at least let me get in that box. Okay, like
Oh God. How bad of an idea do I judge this to be?
I
Do
don't
I
know,
think Skirp will survive this attempt?
you're going to launch him?
Yeah, if like Moose put him in the box and then threw him like a travel into the roof.
You're gonna have to toss me.
I mean, it's not the worst idea someone's in this party's had. It's
All
not
right.
the best, but
That's not saying much.
Goblin Ballista can maybe work.
this has happened before.
Okay. Maybe we could tie a rope to it and then throw it up there and like make it a really big grappling hook so they can climb down.
You sound so confident.
I mean, can we tie a rope to Moose and have him climb up? Is that a thing?
Okay, Gideon's pretty good at climbing buildings. Does it look like it would support his weight if he tried to like King Kong climb the side of the building?
Do you have like profession or anything like that along with like for your thief stuff?
I feel like I took some sort of background criminal.
I don't know what that would give you to roll. Do I want to call that insight? I'm not sure if that would be any better compared to your intelligence. We will say just based on your, instead of having to flip through your sheet and find something that's going to work for this, that yeah, I mean I think you literally are all about second story work. So it's a, other than the broken parts of it, it's pretty sturdy. So as long as you're trying to climb up the parts of the wall that are already trashed, it could probably support him.
I'd say probably not the south wall.
Okay. Gideon pulls out 100 feet of rope from his pack. Luckily, I've got all this, and wraps it around Moose's like waist and ties it off, and then commands him to start climbing the building, the like north side of the building.
Okay.
so that hopefully he can give them a way down. He can even lower them if they grab hold of the rope and like. Yeah.
So, we will say that's going on for there. So let's go to Tally.
It's gonna be a really loud noise.
Hi.
So there's this door here, and you have a raven squawking at you. Are you going to what's your thought here?
Uh, let's see. I don't know. Would insight be a reasonable roll to see
Yes,
if I
absolutely.
understand anything what's going on with that? Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to get your attention. Like,
Okay.
hey, it's something along the lines like either like, hey, we're over here, or hey, you're right there. But it's clear he was looking for you.
As we're like approaching the door and Esmeralda's about to open, I say, Esmeralda, wait a minute. And I point to the squawking raven, and say, I think that's the familiar of one of my friends that were with me. And I'll walk towards it and guide and watch it fly, watch Zeb fly around, and assume. I guess are you trying to get my attention for anything specific?
No, I'm kind of looking for if I see them starting to think about chucking Skirp, I will land next to Tali and them real quick and turn back and get their plan because I can leave the bird with them and telepathically talk to my bird and see through that and then. But I'd have to go back and then send the bird to catch up with them to do that. But I could theoretically then be with both parties to see what's going on.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll probably land after I see that Skirp and them get the idea and figure out what Holly's plan is. I will land
Okay,
and
so are
turn
you
back
still
into
a crow?
human. Oh,
All
I'll
right.
turn back.
Yeah,
Human.
Esmeralda's like, as you're being like, that's yeah. There's ravens all over the place. She goes for the door, anyway. And arrows start flying.
Dang it, she should listen to me.
So there are what look to be like arrow slits there and there,
Oh,
and yeah, those 2 shots come from either of them.
great.
They're both targeting her, however, not you. Which I think at least one of those hits. Yeah. So she, takes an arrow to the shoulder, looks at it, bangs on the door a little bit more, and she's like, "This is blocked," and then just kind of like sprints over away from you or towards you as two more arrows hit the ground and just kind of clatter across the top of the roof.
Can I see like where the arrows were coming from?
Yeah. So there are that ping and that ping.
Can I return fire at them?
You can try, but they're arrow
Or-
slits, so the
Oh, I
defender
see.
has a
So
ton of cover from you.
I see. Gotcha. Okay. And I say, oh, okay, that's August, not his familiar. Um, where are you guys? Where's the rest of the group?
They're basically by the coffin out front. Gideon's debating on throwing the half-dead Skirp up here in that coffin.
Okay,
So
that sounds bad.
It's about then you guys hear the banging coming from the northern wall.
We should go.
I should go stop that plan. Where are you headed?
We should all go somewhere. I point in this direction. They're out that way?
Correct.
Okay. Maybe I look back over at the arrow slits. I'm like, we should move away from here.
Right, I'll teleport or go back into the bird and go stop Skirp from trying to fly.
Uh, can you still understand me when you're
Yeah, absolutely.
okay? Maybe they can send Moose to come get us down. Or I guess how tall is Moose? He's not nearly tall enough,
I
right?
think we said he's like 7-8 feet tall, right?
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're like
yeah.
40 feet up,
Yeah, you're on the 4th floor of a
or
really
30-ish.
tall.
I can bring you a
40-ish
rope
feet up.
though. I can't say that,
I
but
probably have a rope.
right. So we
Actually,
could definitely do some type of rope shenanigans. But yeah, I'll
I think
definitely relay the
Shack
message.
somewhere has one.
So Moose is up there-ish.
Yeah, he's climbing to try to meet them.
Over
You
there.
can hear him climbing the sides if you listen. The sound of stone and
He's
like
coming
digs
from
his
up here,
fingers directly into. I don't know what you can see and what you can't see.
the west side.
Yeah.
Like the northwest side. Yeah.
He'd
Okay.
be up over there somewhere.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
so you guys out front. Let me ping back down here. Three Phantom Warriors have basically phased through the front, the building, and have dropped down onto the ground level. All in unison, quiet as the grave. Iron Man 3-point lands stand up, pulling their long swords as they do, and are beginning to advance on you guys.
Sir, head for the woods. We'll meet you out there. I'll distract these guys and then come back around.
Oh. Yeah. I don't see another option. I'll follow that. Head for the woods.
Gideon's gonna take just like he's gonna do his like full movement away and then take a shot at all three of them.
Okay.
Try to get them to follow him away from Skirp. Oh, I gotta turn off that. As he like flees this way.
2 hits. I'm just gonna take him in order from the top, effectively.
Okay, that's fair.
Two of them definitely hit. The third one just goes kind of harmlessly past the other one's shoulder. And then Skirp, you can try to run as well if you so desire.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of they've spent effectively their entire turn trying to get down and to you guys.
Yeah, you can double move, so hopefully that gets you away.
You hear another just like bellow of, "You will not escape us. Will join us in this place. Will be your grave." The last pit kind of echoed out a little bit, like maybe he was getting further away.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Moose's speed is, what did we say? Is it 30?
It's 30 like a person. Yeah, 30.
All right. So at this point, I'm going to say that Moose has made it to the top. So you guys see Moose appearing. Another ping move. About there-ish. Let's move Torchy over here. Get Moose over here as well, just for effect. You see the, big golem hand clear the top crenellation, pull himself over. There's a rope attached around his waist. guys doing anything with that? Is that muted again?
Someone's muted.
Sorry.
Maybe they're all muted.
What's up?
That's their secret. They're all muted.
Uh,
So Moose has appeared with a rope tied around him.
at the top of the building.
Oh, I was already
Oh.
flying away, so that would just be Tally and them. I wouldn't be
Ah.
up there.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't see any of the stuff going on there. Can I actually see Moose?
I would say you guys were already moving that direction.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
You know the haps.
Is Esmeralda coming with me?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
coming with you.
I'm like, all right, let's go.
Oh yeah, she did
Moose.
7 damage.
God damn, so glad to see you.
His orders are to help them get down. I don't know how intelligent he is.
Uh,
Yeah, 7 intelligence, 10 wisdom. He can interpret orders enough to like do whatever they tell him to do to get down, to get them down. So
So Tally, what are you gonna have him?
So he's like all the way up at the top.
yep,
Yeah.
with a rope tied around his waist,
Why
100 feet of it,
Why does he have a rope tied around his waist?
so you could slide down it, or he can tie you to it. Cliffs of insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Esmeralda's a little like, what's giant, pseudo robot looking thing that's.
It's fine. Also a friend of mine. He brought us a rope.
Kind of gives you a side glance, like,
Well, it's either that or we go back towards the archers.
almost as if beckoned from you saying the
Beyond
archers.
the grave.
They a bolt, an arrow hits just right about here. So they're starting to make their way slowly towards you.
I ask Moose. Can you? He's able to just climb up and down, no problem. It seemed like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I'm like, can.
Him climbing
him.
is more like him punching into the side of it, himself
Fair
up.
enough.
So he made his own way.
I ask him to hand me the rope, and I get a little bit of slack with it and start tying it a bit around myself, and then like hand it to Esmeralda.
All right, she just kind of like, this is not a good idea. But seeing archers kind of start to come around the corner, she's like, okay, grabs it and will follow you.
Alrighty.
Yes. Sorry.
Moose, take us down.
All right, he starts slowly, just like backpedaling his way down. Very mechanical type movements, whatnot. And you guys, get you both, all 3 of you. We'll get to the 3rd floor to start with, because that's where everybody is. I'll bring Torchy there. Be a good time.
I just realized I actually do have 1 Battlemaster thing left because I got one at level 7 and I never put it on my sheet.
So everybody's climbing down. No, everybody being is a strong word for it. Moose is climbing. You guys are kind of dangling off of him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call this reflex saves instead of just against straight A. Tally, make a reflex save,
Okay.
and make a reflex save from Moose as well.
You mean like a dexterity save?
Yeah,
I'm
dexterity
assuming.
save.
I know. Oh, this is not going to be good.
Does he have disadvantage?
Oh,
No, I think I just have him set to roll 2 dice on everything, just in case he has advantage or disadvantage.
Okay.
So we just always take the first if it's straight rolls.
Moose, and with Tally and Esmeralda in tow, he kind of like moves slightly to the side, which causes those attached to him to swing as 2 massive chunks of rock just drop straight down past you guys, which probably would have been enough to drop Tally out again, honestly. Had it hit. You're climbing down. Tally, how much attention are you paying to things other than the rope and coming down?
probably quite a bit of attention.
Okay, go ahead and make an active perception check.
Button, please.
So happy I have one Battlemaster maneuver left.
You will
Got my
notice
help.
that there are more of the Phantom Warriors outside, and they appear to be, moving down the steps out towards the woods.
I look down and say, "Oh, that's not good."
August, where you at? You flying about?
Well, I was scared, likely.
All right, so
That's where I was
you're out
headed.
here. They're running for the woods. So Skirp, Gideon, and August. Then you guys kind of rallying in the woods. Did you guys go separate directions?
Gideon is trying to keep the attention of these 3 Phantom Warriors, but staying out of their reach. So if he can take shots without them getting close to him, he'll do it. If not, he just wants to try to he's going to trust his allies can either find him or what, and that he can lose these guys if he needs to. So he's just trying to keep their attention while everyone flees.
All right. So far, they're moving, and if you guys are continuing away, you can keep them at, probably anywhere between 30 and 60 feet out from you.
That's basically exactly it. He just wants to keep them away from him and make sure they don't follow the weaker people who are about to go down.
Okay. Let's have 3 shots then.
Oh. He's not doing anything fancy, just trying to keep their attention.
Well, it's working.
Wow.
How much damage did that crit do?
13. 13, but it's probably halved because it's not a magical weapon.
It's probably halved.
They're phantom dudes. It makes sense.
All right. Skirp, anything you?
There it goes. What's ahead of me right now?
Ahead of you, like fleeing, or ahead of you towards the mansion?
Fleeing.
Woods.
Okay. Am I nearing the woods or?
You're kind of in like the pre-woods, we'll call them. Like there's the smaller shrubs and stuff, but you're just about to clear the wood line. Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell if anything's actively pursuing me?
Yeah, you're pretty sure that there are Phantom Warriors at least coming in your direction, if not directly for you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep bolting then, trying to keep trees between me and them.
Okay. So far, other than Tally and Esmeralda getting shot at by things, you haven't seen anything with longbows or other range just yet.
Well, I'm moving at 25, so.
Okay. A little bit slower than everybody else, but not too far.
Yeah.
All right. Something interesting happened. So Gideon, yeah, you're getting effectively these 3 kind of chasing after you. Like this is all abstract at this point.
Yeah.
Don't worry about I'm just moving things in kind of general positioning here.
Just to,
Yeah. And actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get us a quick map reset because at this point everyone's on the ground floor. Make a little more sense that way.
Moose gets updated orders once they reach the ground to listen to Tally and stay with her.
Okay. So let me get these guys squared away here. I need please stand by for map change and then
Yep.
elevator music.
Bow, 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 bow.
Alright, and I need all of you people. Most of you people.
Gideon needs a mount. Something that can double move while he fires.
It's like pretty
Gideon
much.
Gideon can turn into his own
Oh god,
mode of transportation.
Oh, what does he get any extra movement speed from being a werewolf? I can't remember. If he gets into real trouble, he might try it. See if running on all fours makes him faster.
I will look at the stat block. Part of me feels like they might be slightly faster.
Depends on whether or not they become actual wolves. I don't remember. Yeah, I think wolves might have a 40-foot movement speed.
Yeah. All right, so these guys are here and here and here. All right, let's get to this other page now. All right, that looks more like it.
Oh, geez.
So, you guys are a little bit past the edge of the map here, and here there be monsters. Moose and party have cleared the wall, so you guys are in terra firma again. When the doors burst open, and you see basically a battalion of angry undead things come out, flying out, weapons in hand, and behind them comes Vladimir. You know, his sword is in battle position. He's got it kind of ready to strike around. He says, "Do not let them escape. They should not cheat death again." This is most dangerous right now to Tally and Esmeralda. So
how
I'm gonna
fast-
say let's have it be your guys' turn before I decide whether or not we're in actual combat.
How fast can Moose run?
He's as fast as you. 30 feet.
Okay.
And he can take a double move by dashing and sacrificing his action.
Like, is this relatively to scale?
It's I think it's yeah, it's to scale, but they're big. They're big
Yeah, sure.
squares. So
Well, I think we should escape and cheat death once again.
Our forte.
And I look at Esmeralda and glance at her foot and say, "Are you good to run?"
she just kind of gives you this like, "How dare you look? Don't worry about it."
It's a legitimate question.
It is a legitimate question with a legitimate RP response.
Fair enough. And I say good, and I look at Moose, and I'm like, I don't know if this is too much to like coordinate, but like I'm trying to think if like Moose could like run parallel with us to like.
Shield you from arrows?
Yeah, exactly.
If you told him to, he's
Yeah,
smart enough to
I
follow
guess
your
so.
orders, so.
Yeah, so turn Moose. We are also going to escape and cheat death one more time. Run with us and block any attacks that come our way. Okay.
You don't really. He doesn't really talk much or at all.
Quiet guy.
So you're not really sure what's going on, but he probably heard you.
I let the DM determine how all that plays out.
Let's boogie. And I'm thinking, do I see any of my allies?
I will say you'll see Gideon because he said he was kind of in another direction,
And
which is
probably
similar the way you're going.
see a
You would
couple
see these
arrows
guys
flying.
for sure. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm just thinking, do I know anything about what's off in this direction?
Woods, man. Just
woods, man.
woods.
Shit.
It's all woods.
It's all woods.
Miles of
Okay.
it.
I'm going to suggest that we start moving like. And how many? Are these guys looking fresh? They're looking fresh, probably. I probably can't tell.
I don't think we've hurt any of them except the ones I'm
Okay.
shooting.
Not entirely true, but there are revenants that have now joined.
I'm thinking we go like over in this direction to like not go directly towards people. So gonna, I guess, double move. You want me to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. Where am I going? Yeah, that seems good. We'll go to there. and I'm assuming these fine people will come with me.
Yep.
Um,
Just gonna match pace. And he's gonna...
and as we're running over there, I'm going to cast Healing Word as a bonus action on myself. Yay. I can maybe take one hit now. Excellent.
Not from Vladimir.
No. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. These guys double move. This guy double moves and is able to get to Moose, but he can't attack because he double moved.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna charge kind of towards Gideon-esque. Who I imagine is just continuing to move out the other direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to Skirp in August.
Okay. I'm just gonna
Continue in
keep
our
running
suit.
pell-mell through the forest.
I'll keep up.
$50 feet a turn.
Okay. 50 feet a turn. You continue to go. August, you're just keeping pace?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. If you guys continue to double move, basically you're just going to get chased, but it's always going to be a double move, can't attack, double move, can't attack. So I will say at this point, you guys have all disappeared into the woods with revenants chasing you.
In different directions.
In different directions. August and Skirp are generally kind of heading the same direction as Gideon. But Moose and Esmeralda, Tally have gone kind of more northwest than everybody else at this point, but Gideon will know where Moose is.
Or at least Moose will know where Gideon is.
Yeah.
I don't know which one is true. But one of them is true.
I think you'd be aware of where
Bond will
he
never be
is,
broken.
Yeah.
which I can find out real quick. So I will say that you guys have escaped combat, at least for now.
Ugh.
The Guardian knows the distance and direction to the amulet. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know where it is, but it always knows where I am.
Okay. I'm going to leave that just out there for now. So
Yeah.
we'll say a short while later, at least, the three of you, being Gideon and Skirp and August, meet back up again. However, you guys are short at least 2 party members, plus some random woman that you met in a strange castle place. And it's the woods of Barovia, and it's at this point getting to be after dark.
Oh.
I think they were heading north. I'm honestly I'm not that great at woods travel, but
So we're they stopped? Did they stop chasing us then? Do we have time to?
Yeah, you guys have... you've at least lost them. I don't know if they stopped chasing you.
Gotcha.
I see three paths here. I mean, we have a very helpful friend here who can scout for them. Failing that, we could stay here, start a fire, hope they see it, but that risks them seeing it. We could go to Van Richten's tower and hope they just catch up with us.
Isn't that tower really far from where we're at versus going
It's-
to like a town?
A pretty decent ways
It's
away.
closer than the nearest town, I think. So
The
we could
Isn't
go to the
the-
burned out remains of the
winery? That's what I was thinking.
winery.
That is relatively close to here, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. At least we have shelter there. But
We could try that.
August doesn't know about that, so that's my bad. Sorry. Might have.
Skirp, what do you think?
I don't know. I think we should get inside. I don't relish traveling at night. So, what's the closest option?
Argenvost
Huh.
But I don't suggest we go back there.
Yeah, I'm done with that. But you know,
Was it everything you hoped for?
I really thought I was gonna find something there, and instead it's just this bitter husk of a. I don't know. Maybe he was a knight at some point, but if he can't realize the evil he's doing, then I don't want to be any part of whatever order that he commands. That's nothing. Oh,
Maybe-
so disenfranchised with that whole.
Maybe he can serve as an example of what not to be.
Yeah. Either way, we just gotta move forward.
Can you?
I don't know.
Do you know where the winery is from here? Honestly, until I met you, I had never spent a night in the woods in my life. So
What direction is my compass pointing?
From here, it is pointing east.
East?
Yes,
Okay.
the same direction it's been pointing.
Well, I think. I don't know. Have we discussed the idea that? Do we still have an outstanding invitation from Strahd, or did we take care of that?
I'm pretty sure we used that, and
No.
you insulted him.
Okay, that tracks.
And
Did you
guys
insult
that
him?
tracks?
It
you
checks
guys
out.
can absolutely go see Strahd.
I'm pretty sure if we yelled Strahd loud enough, he would just show up.
Let's not do that. In fact, let's not say the name a third time. Beetlejuice rules, you know.
What are Beetlejuice rules?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sounds like a street rat thing.
I don't buy that.
That's it. Fight me. Beetlejuice rules.
If we could find a road, we could probably figure out where we are from there.
Okay.
Is there any night critters?
I'm getting to that. Just letting you guys kind of figure out what you're doing.
I mean, I'm looking around. Are there any animals, night critters, like not killing us critters, but could I ask an animal
Ah,
where the nearest shelter is? And we might get a animal shelter, but if it's big enough to hold the three of us, that's a start. Or where a quote unquote paved, not grass road type thing is.
God, we're gonna end up fighting a bear for a cave, aren't we?
It's a bear.
Let's have a
Have a what?
Perception.
Perception. That's under skills. Push that button. My highest roll today, guys.
Not bad. It's not a
A
45.
A 5.
I don't even know what that was. A 20 plus a 26. 19 plus a 26. No, actually, you don't see anything nighttimey in terms of animals. So the three of you are continuing along. And you come into a not really a clearing, just kind of a short space, an emptier space in the middle of the forest.
So
Something
What
red in the middle.
are those things? Have we had an hour short rest? Probably not.
No. You'll probably have to zoom out a little bit on the map to get to
I
where you
got
guys
it.
are.
We're good.
So let's see initiative from you three.
not good.
Buttons are hard to press. Oh, look, a decent roll. Thank you, game.
You're welcome. Now, as for my initiative,
Spell book.
There we go. It's initiative anyway. These guys aren't particularly sneaky because you guys are in the middle of the woods, and there's just scarecrows. Like you know what the happening is here. However, which we'll see Skirp going first. Let's have let's go to Tally and company. There. Tally.
Where? Sorry.
What you doing? You're not on this map. You're somewhere.
Oh, okay. So I guess are we still running from?
Yes.
As we're going, I'm assuming I'm leading still, and we're just kind of booking it. I ask Esmeralda, do you know where to go?
She says we shouldn't go too much deeper into these woods if we can help it. When she's kind of starts looking around trying to get her bearings, she says, I had to guess, say we should go that way, and points a direction. You could attempt survival orienteering.
I've never rolled that. Let's do it.
Trying to see if she has anything that would help you with that.
Oof.
Nope, I've got no idea.
You're like, oh, that's a direction.
In character, do I kind of think that she looks Vistani-ish?
Oh yeah, she totally
Like
looks
very
Vistani-ish.
Vistani-ish.
Yeah.
And they know how to get through woods. These woods, especially. Well, maybe not these specific ones, but
You have a decent idea that they do.
yeah. I mean that's as good as direction as any. I look to Moose and I'm like, do you Moose, can you find Gideon? Do you know which direction he is?
He like stops and just kind of like looks at you. Gideon's there. Is it like as long as you guys are on the same plane?
Yes, he knows where the amulet is at all times, no matter what. So.
All right. He starts cruising, kind of in the same direction she pointed at. A little bit more south though.
Okay.
And he's just going. He's not waiting for you.
Oh. I look at Esmeralda and I'm like, well, the big man thinks you're half right. I would tend to agree with you, but if that's where my friends are, I gotta go get them.
Okay.
Are you willing? Will you come with me?
She's like, I don't want to be on the receiving end of that army that's chasing you. So yeah,
All right.
following you.
Well, shall we?
All right. And with that, we go to Skirp. There's a scarecrow just on a pole sitting there, like T pose in the
Oh.
middle of the woods.
Are we still being like actively chased?
You don't think so?
Well, I'm gonna stop then. Oh, wait. Matt, you guys see those scarecrows over there?
Okay.
Yes.
Honestly, DM, I think we did see these once before, right? And it was super creepy.
You've
'Cause-
seen them more than a few
And
times.
Tally threw a fireball at the single one we ran into, I think.
Yeah, I think you've run into these, a handful of
So
times now.
I think we can stop calling them scarecrows, because they're scaring more than crows. Like I could
Scare ravens.
scare goblins.
I'm not scared.
Well, then we'll just keep calling them scare goblins then. So
Yeah. Okay. Scare goblins.
let's, let's
Skirp, you should stay back though. You're pretty hurt.
yeah. Can we all stay back? Can we just let's do a little bit of hang on, just
I
so we know,
mean,
just so we all know the plan here. Let's just do a little bit of
I could just.
this, but then this. Okay.
Okay, but isn't that the direction of the
let's
things
not
that are
finish
chasing
that,
us?
please.
Okay, John Madden.
That's the direction of the things chasing us.
Right.
I don't think anything's chasing us anymore.
But
I would rather face 2 scare goblins than the army behind us that might be looking for us.
these things aren't that rough. Why don't you just stay back and me and August here can deal with it.
Okay. So game plan. Is in the leader. So you go
You hold the line.
here.
Hold the line.
All right, and you
That's how we work this. Hold
God.
the line.
and you.
Is this
Oh, I missed it. Okay, go over
John
here.
Madden here.
this is turning into a DS game.
Yeah.
Is this like Star Fox Armada?
And then
Skirp, didn't we give you a crossbow?
Just hold
Is
the
that
line.
one of those things he considers unknightly?
and then
Lots of knights carry crossbows. It's like the whole point of crossbows. You don't have to be good with them to.
It's very nightly. You can only use it once a night.
Yeah.
and then
Knights carry crossbows to give their squires.
Why would a knight shoot his squire?
All right,
All
let's
right.
go. Rather than art time, what are you doing?
So, I'm gonna execute my portion of the plan.
Which is to bravely run away.
Wait, why?
7, 8, 9, 10.
Wait.
All right, break.
Okay, August.
Is this screenplay or what?
Yeah, Skirp has fallen back slightly.
He has
I-
like 4 HP. This is fair. I'm not carrying him.
I think
He
he's
has-
expecting. I think
He
he's
has
expecting
10
a lateral.
HP, by the way.
Oh.
and, and I'm
The
gonna
scare goblins
shoot
haven't
that
even
one.
seen us yet. I don't know why you guys are trying to kill them.
It's
Like
a halfback pass.
they're just over there doing their thing.
You just spent like 30 seconds talking and they're staring at us.
Part of that was drawing out this exceptional battle plan.
All right. Got
Which
two
one are you shooting at?
The one I was told to shoot at, according to the
Oh.
John Madden alert.
Okay.
All right. Both bolts, yeah.
Yeah, Art.
All right. The first bolt, unsurprisingly, misses. The second one, however, does impact for not crit damage, but 9. And you see this thing visibly take a step back, and it steps off of its post as it regains its feet.
Ooh.
Which brings it to its turn. It doesn't necessarily like the fact that it has just been shot with some sort of weird eldritch arcane energy.
Really, who can blame it?
5, 10, 15, 20, 30. August, make a wisdom saving throw, please. You're fine. Don't even worry about it. Gideon.
Seeing that thing coming closer, I'm going to fire my crossbow at the one that August
Oh,
already
you're
shot at.
breaking the
I'm not.
plan.
Yeah. Uh,
No, yes, and yes.
does that do like visible good? Do I judge that helped at all in the whole killing it thing?
You see some like hay fly off of one of them, off of the one that you hit, but it doesn't look like it.
Okay.
You've seen your bolts hit. It just looks like it hit a pincushion, kind of.
I'm gonna drop my hand crossbow next to August and say, "Keep an eye on that," and then I'm gonna draw my blood spear and move in to position myself between the two.
Okay, like straight into melee.
Yep.
Okay.
I am the tank today.
This one, seeing that you've done so. Okay. And move up and give you 2, gross, somehow solid claws. There's
Nope.
the first, which is a nope. $16?
No.
Okay.
Thank God for shields.
Shields, aren't you holding a two-hander?
No, I've got the one-handed spear and the one-handed hand crossbow. Since I have the crossbow mastery, you said since I don't have to reload anymore, I could use a shield.
Fair enough. Skirp. You did not
Okay.
receive football or any other sort of sports thing in your movement.
No plan survives contact with the enemy.
I did a kind of while I was executing my maneuver, I reevaluated my resources and found that I had one thing that I could still do, which is that I'll go ahead and bless the party.
Oh, that'll be a big help.
And then so I'll cast bless, which is scroll.
We
Yeah, I
add
think this is gonna work this
1d4
time.
to
Attack
saving
rolls
throws
and
and attack
saving
rolls.
throws.
Yep. And yep. So, and then I'll also 20. Okay. And I'll move to here.
Okay. So Tally, you guys
Yes.
are continuing to follow Moose, and he's just doesn't stop for underbrush or any low branches or anything. He's just plowing his way through this forest.
There's just a very moose-like shape cut out
Yeah.
of like the tree branches.
Yeah, pretty much. At one point, he almost walks like full on into a tree, and just at the last second sidesteps it and keeps going, quick enough that like if you were following too close, you would have hit the tree. Anyway, it's August's turn.
I'm gonna same thing as last time.
All right, pew pew.
Getting this dice.
These dice. Well, I got good news for you. There's some hits in there.
Does it seem like both of those hit, or just?
In that it gets blasted to pieces. They
Oh. Okay.
it kind of falls back that way.
See, Scarp, it's not that big of a deal.
So that thing is now
Sure.
dead.
Mhm.
Which means it's now Gideon's turn. You are now in glorious combat with this thing that's in front.
Glorious combat.
Yes.
My 2 magical attacks.
And it appears to be pretty like it was way more effective than that bow was. Like you could tell that you put some good slashes into this thing.
Somebody needs to make me a bow that I can fit this thing into. And
Shoot the blood spear.
ooh, what if I like turned it into a bunch of anyway?
He's got some
Claw bite.
just claw. He's being super effective so far, as you can tell.
Nope.
Nope.
Thank God.
Skirt. One has been blown away. Gideon's up there doing work.
How's that other one looking?
It's looking pretty good stuff so far. Still so far.
Hmm. You know what? We're gonna report. Fine. We'll be fine. Moving in.
Glorious forever.
Oh yeah, that worked well.
Well, at
It
least
doesn't have to be undead.
part of that glory is forever anyway.
Yeah. Is it undead?
No, it is not.
99% sure not. Yeah.
It is not.
All
But
right.
you gave it a good whacking with your sword.
Oh, good. One of those connected.
Yeah, one of them connected.
Okay. 6 points of radiant.
Right. Don't think it particularly cares about the radiant, but it cares about the sword. August.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, indeed.
You don't happen to have any fire, do you? I remember that being really, really helpful. Like they're made of straw.
The sword is made of fire.
Is it though?
Looks like fire.
It's more of a sacred flame, really. 2 more
Yeah,
bolts fire off, blast in, like putting some eldritchy like singe marks in it, and it's starting to look like it's got some holes blasted in it, and part of the sackcloth of its face is starting to fall apart. So like it had kind of a stitchy kind of like jaw situation that's just fallen off now, and you see like gross rotting hay and maggots kind of falling out of it. And now it's Gideon's turn to deal with that horrific scene.
Hey,
Stabby stab.
And stabby stab.
the last one is just kind of like a slash through, and it just kind of falls into 2 pieces.
And then a brief 6 seconds passes, and you hear this kung 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 from behind you guys, slightly to the north, and here comes Moose cruising out of the woods. You only had to wait 4 rounds to enter that combat, and it got to the end of round 2. So
So,
combat is over. The party is reunited.
stabbing this last target with the blood spear.
Mhm.
If I remember right, killing things with it has some effect, right?
I believe you
boy.
are correct, and pull that for you.
I like the idea of. I've been watching way too much Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, lately. Just like the idea of us running up being very tiny.
You reduced a target to 0 hit points. Yes.
Yep.
You
Well,
gain
at least.
you gain 2d6 temporary hit points as a result.
Nice.
Sick.
Awesome.
All right. So how's that middle of the woods treating you guys?
Better in the middle of the castle.
Moose! Tally! Lady, I don't know.
She bows slightly.
This is Esmeralda. I believe she's the one. She saved me, and I think you as well.
You did briefly see her.
Yeah, I was.
Basically, till you get the heck out.
I was probably going to do something very stupid until she stepped in. So, thank you.
So much with the roly.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Um,
All right. She's, this is bigger than that. There we go. She's just kind of quiet for the moment as you're introducing, like, kind of, trying to get the feel for what's going on. Though she does clearly see that there are these two dead creatures nearest you. She's just kind of giving them a side eye.
See, Tally, we can kill them without you throwing fireballs at them.
I believe you. Always have. But these woods are not safe as it gets darker out. And I don't know if our found friends are going to let us be.
I agree. Did you have a plan on where to go? We were thinking of heading for the winery.
So about that.
Uh-oh. What? I forgot about that.
For point of reference here.
Yeah, okay. I thought that Van Richten's tower was much closer than the winery.
Let me bring the party flag down here. You guys are honestly probably about there.
Oh. So pretty close to the path?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not necessarily closer to anything else.
Right.
I worry about heading back to the city with these things following us. I don't want to start a siege of Vallaki.
I mean, Tally pauses, like going over, tries to list a few things off, just kind of mumbling, and pauses and looks at Esmeralda and it's like, not to seem ungrateful, but what were you doing there anyways?
Well, she'll tell you that she... the exact text here because it's better. She had heard that there was this haunted mansion of sorts, that there were enemies of Strahd hiding there, and that it might also contain some sort of hint to defeat the vampire, or a weapon or something against him. But she kind of goes on. She's like, so I heard a fair bit of that conversation you guys had with him, and I don't think what I heard was necessarily true. In fact, it kind of feels a little bit like a trap, if I'm honest. He's either that thing has gone crazy over the years, or Strahd's ally to start with. I'm not really sure, but I don't think it's something that I for one could count on to be an ally against the Devil's Strahd, let alone a weapon to use against Strahd himself.
Hmm.
So she just kind of shrugs and it's like, bust, I guess.
Well, then you know why we were there.
Ah, she's like, you guys went for similar then.
You heard parts of it.
Yeah.
I gestured to Skirp. I think well, all of us felt similarly about the opportunity there. How is Skirp doing at this moment?
Not well. I think he has 10 hit points.
He's licking his wounds physically and emotionally.
Oh, I'm gonna walk over to Skirp and maybe sit down next to him, like, "Hey, buddy, that didn't turn out the way you thought, huh?"
I can't believe that the only noble order of knight in this whole place just wants to keep Strahd alive. Like, isn't smiting Strahd the epitome of goodness and nobleness? Like, is there a more good and noble and knightly thing that you could do in this entire country? I don't know, man.
Maybe we
that-
should start our own nightly.
I don't know. I don't know a lot, but I know that whatever that dragon was, that maybe they worship or they rallied around at some point, be just disappointed. Like, Man.
We could. Do you remember some time ago we had a conversation with a guy's bones?
yeah, I think so.
If we could find some remains of that dragon, we could ask it some questions. Maybe figure out if there's anything to be done.
That's an interesting idea. Can somebody cast that spell?
I've got 3 scrolls of it.
He said to the person that hates writing.
I out of character. In character.
These were actually scrolls given to her by Skirp, actually, at the
Yeah.
library. Skirp chose which ones to destroy, and those were.
Right.
Yeah, that's
We
Mind
true.
scrolls.
Yeah.
Don't worry, there's not any writing on them. They're just paper.
um, I don't know. Where would we find? I know where her head is.
Where?
In Castle Black, Castle Ravenloft,
Mm.
Castle.
Vania.
Yeah, exactly.
A little too on the nose, perhaps, but
You know, if you put a space there, it actually sounds like a legitimate name for a castle.
true.
Castlevania.
Yes.
Venya.
Vania.
It's just a thought.
Vania.
Vania. Yeah, either one will work just fine.
But whatever we do, we can't stay here overnight. We need to get
No.
moving.
We gotta go.
We can discuss what to do next once we find somewhere safe to sleep.
I mean, what nearest place? I mean, I don't even know quite where we are, but we can't have gotten that far. Nearest place would be Van Richten's, right?
Uh,
You're saying this out loud.
Yes.
She's like, as it's like I may part ways before you make it as far as Van Richten's tower.
is there some bad blood there?
He
Isn't Valaki closer if we just cut right and follow the river up than if we went to?
Gideon has expressed a little concern already about leading an army of revenants to Valaki.
Well, I've been standing here for 10 minutes, and no army of
Yeah.
revenants has crashed down.
Maybe they just went back for some undead horses.
Ooh.
Or they're bound to the grounds of that land.
Possible.
Yeah. I agree. We should be moving.
Well,
she
which
chimes in
one?
and says, "Yes, we should be moving."
Well,
Valaki's fine if that's where you'd like to go.
Esmeralda, where would you go?
She says, "I would much rather go towards Valaki than Van Richten's tower."
Deal.
You seem to have had a nose for this place when I asked earlier. Could you help us find the way out of these woods and towards there?
She's like, "I believe so." She's like, let's try heading out this way. And points you guys and not quite takes point. Like she kind of waits for you guys to start walking and then falls in line and kind of walks alongside of you and keeps at a pace where you guys are like, okay, I think we're following her without following type situation. And you guys continue until one of you almost just flat out trips on a corpse.
Skirp, you really got to watch your step, buddy.
What?
You know, I take so many of them that I can't keep my eye on all of them.
Okay, listen, if you're really tired, Moose there could carry you pretty easily.
Oh, I'm really tired.
Oh, no problem. Moose like appears behind him out of a shadow, and then picks him up, cradling him like a baby.
You just see the eyes out of the darkness, and they do
Yeah.
like that anime like glint thing in the darkness.
You know what? I can't see what I look like, so I'll take it.
Fair enough.
I'm going to do the usual cremation of the corpse.
All right. To describe it briefly, it is a very pale-faced female, dressed somewhat elegantly, like maybe almost like a bride. The thing that stands out is the 2 puncture marks on the neck.
So I'm moving towards it to cast Sacred Flame to start the cremation, and then I kind of slow to a stop. Guys, I think we have a victim. Two wounds in the neck.
Gideon is very carefully not looking at the corpse. Is it anyone we know?
It doesn't look familiar.
Hmm. I look at the rest of the group to see if anybody has any concerns.
Oh, it's assuming she's dead, right? Did you check for a pulse? Or you don't want to get that close?
Hmm.
Some people don't have pulses.
He
Goblins don't have
makes a good
pulses?
point. Are you volunteering,
I'm
August?
Yeah, August will go check for a pulse. That's fine.
I'm going to stand like ready to action with like some sort of fire spell in case.
Crossbow, yep. Just totally ready. I've seen too many horror movies. Wait, no. Seen too many.
We've lived too many horror movies.
What did
with
we start calling
vampires.
them? I've been Barovian too many times.
Yes.
I checked the pulse. The heat of the
There
body.
is no pulse and no heat. You just have these 2 dead black eyes staring up at you.
The eyes are already like black. That's scary.
Yeah.
Burn it. We should move on. No pulse, dead cold, black eyes. Think it's safe to burn and move on.
Okay. I go ahead and say a quick prayer and light the corpse on fire.
Do your sacred flame thing.
Yep.
All right. It goes up, and the party continues onward. Guys are walking along for it's dark. I assume one or more of you tally off light. I know Gideon has torches. You guys have some, whether you want to be stealthy about it or keeping just a low light, just enough to walk along. Gideon, you might have a thieves lantern or something. Lines like bullseye's lantern.
I might actually do have that.
Basically just enough. You guys aren't being super obvious. You're not stupid. It's not the first time in Barovia. Despite that,
Every time I see Moose's token as the first thing on the map, I get a little scared.
how do you think his enemies feel? Guys are walking along when suddenly ground basically just bursts nearby you,
Eh?
and zombies crawl out and begin moving towards you. Do you want Esmeralda in combat?
I don't
Does
think
she
this
look like she
combat's
can
gonna
handle
last
herself?
long enough to care.
You think so? It seems like it. She's carrying a pretty.
She got Talia out of there. She's definitely good enough in combat.
She's wearing a pretty good looking like set of armor and a sword, so you think she's probably okay.
Okay, then yeah, why not? If
Okay.
she can defend herself.
Init, please. Yeah, that's just a zero. Well, it's a 1 technically. Moose goes on your init, and Esmeralda goes in initiative.
Nice, you
Number
hate me.
that is on a different page. That page is not that page. That page is wow.
Wow.
Okay. Descending. Gideon.
Okay.
Begin.
I order Moose to protect Skirp, being the Skirp and Tally being the weakest people. Grapple anything that gets close to them, shove them to the ground, and just hold them there.
Until it
Round
stops
and
moving.
Uh-huh. And then I start firing at whatever is closest to us. So I'm assuming it's this dude over here.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Hand crossbow. You know what? No, nope, that didn't work out either. After that, I'm gonna do the same deal as last time. Drop my hand crossbow next to August and give him the shrug, and then walk over with my blood spear out.
All right. Once you you get up next to this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it literally falls over you like it's gonna give you a hug,
Mm.
and just kind of collapses.
Oh. These things aren't very strong, guys.
All right. Esmeralda is going to do things. Those things are probably kind of cool. See how she's feeling tonight. I read the page though. There we go. Yeah, she's just gonna walk up and slap this thing in the face. Yeah, she is.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
All right, Tally, you're up.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on that dude.
Sacred flambe.
Slightly less delicious than I'd hope. DC 15, huh? Said it'd be entertaining.
Zombies. It cartwheels over Esmeralda. Coming right
Oh my god, it made it.
Why did you say it? It cartwheels over Esmeralda. Son of a bitch.
It has a -2 modifier and it made it.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
No damage.
Safe.
Anything else?
No.
All right, Skirp.
What we got? Let's see. Oh man, you know what? I'm pretty happy to hang out here. Looks like everyone's got things pretty well in hand.
All right. Let's go to August then.
You.
Yes, both of them a contact.
What?
What? Their AC is that low?
I mean, technically that was a 1, so it should miss.
Oh yeah.
But these guys kind of suck, so I'm just not gonna worry about that one too much. Haha! Guess what? Surprise!
Oh no. Talia, I could use some fire over here.
What do you got here? What do you got? 3. 16.
Does not hit actually.
Okay, so it like tries to snap at your ankles with its mouth
Ugh.
and just like misses, and then just disintegrates into a really gross, like
Oh.
gelatinous goo. Esmeralda.
It
Gets-
didn't die after 20 damage? That's rude.
I'm dead now, probably, unless you attack, unless the goo attacks you. Bites.
Jeez.
Is her AC? It's actually pretty high. Yeah, that hits. And the second. Yes. And the third. Oh, that actually is a D6. Doesn't matter. It missed. Alright, so Esmeralda takes some damage from that. Gideon. There's a very gross goo pile very near your wound.
Well, first I order Moose to go over and just deal with the other thing, and so he just goes stomping up and then tries to
Punch.
like two-handed smash. I think I've
Roll
got
it.
the.
Jeez.
Does
Make sure I got the
29 work
math
for
on
you?
this right. 2d6. Yep. 2d6 plus 4. That works. So that's its damage on both hits.
It's just there's nothing left.
It turns it into goop as well.
Yeah.
Then I back away from this one. The thing snapped at me after I thought it was dead. Maybe we should burn them just to be sure.
Burning.
It is
Burn in.
extremely dead.
I'm gonna go check on this one. Do I even see this one anymore?
If you count the goo that's kind of
Moose.
dripping off of Moose's like fist, yes, you still see it.
You can burn the goo. The moose heals really fast.
Okay. Just kind of with both hands, just sort of like a heat polish.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was a very different chart that I just pulled up. I was like, that can't be right. It's not. Fortunately for you guys.
What? No ancient gold dragons?
Yes?
I don't know.
Do you want to fight 1d4 plus 1 ancient gold dragons?
No, thank you.
I can arrange that for you. So Talia, you do your fiery things.
Yeah.
And it goes away.
The goo.
Yes.
It goes away.
This one is real quick and then with
What?
our lives. Okay. That was also almost a much better roll. Okay. Back on the road again, as Esmeralda kind of like shrugs at you guys a little bit, like that was gross. Let's keep moving.
Moose goes to scoop up Skirp again with slightly still gooey hands. mostly burned away, but you know.
Mostly.
And just hold still. I'll climb up.
No, but really think of it, Skirp. We'll start our own order of knights, right? We'll call it like the Order of the Moose, and he can be our symbol,
Take
It's
that.
actually not half bad.
right?
I'm gonna try and get a short rest while we're moving.
Is that
How short of a rest? Half hour?
It's an hour for a short rest in
Okay.
5e.
Yeah, but I mean
Oh.
carried. So like,
Right.
so am I eligible for a short rest?
You would be. Except that
Uh-oh.
give me a formation here. Like how you guys gonna be marching?
Oh, jeez. All right. Do we have
I
Moose
figure
leaving,
tonight
or-
Gideon's up front.
Yeah. So are you the front?
If we're heading northward, Gideon would be at the front.
Yeah, that works. Northwood works for me.
Okay.
So we have
Where do you guys want Esmeralda?
Moose.
Like flanked like Moose like that?
Wherever she feels
Yeah.
comfortable.
Alright. Skirp will be
Skirp, I like it a lot better when you're marching in front.
and then August, you're in the back like that?
Well, if Skirp's gonna be up, oh, he's right. Skirp's being carried.
He's being carried. He's technically in Moose's square.
Yeah, I'll be right.
You
Right
could
behind
ride on
Moose.
Moose's other shoulder.
No, that's fine. Be right here.
Oh my gosh. Because August could ride on Moose's shoulder while August has the Raven on his shoulder.
Oh my god.
Then we just need to get the Raven a familiar.
Yeah, we need to get a tinier raven.
All right then.
Ravenception.
Skirp, since you're not doing anything presently other than going along the ride, roll a d4.
Oh.
I can do that.
Perfect. That's
Mm.
who I would have picked as well.
Uh-oh.
A will o' the wisp.
Suddenly, this light just appears behind everybody. It's apparent because it's dark at this point, and takes a swing. Because it's coming out of invisibility, it has advantage on this against our dear August.
Duck.
All right, first roll. I keep losing my mouse. And advantage roll. I guess whatever.
Can I give it disadvantage to make it just standard roll?
It's a surprise attack, so no. Unless you have something you can use as a reaction.
I do.
All right. Well, they both missed. So do you still want to?
I wouldn't have known they missed, so yeah, if that was possible, I would
Alright.
have used it.
Fair enough. Do it. What is it?
I-
Let's hear it.
It's just as a changeling, I have unsettling visage.
Mm.
Just gives him disadvantage on the attack
Okay.
as a reaction.
So it would have canceled. He rolled an 11 and 11.
Right.
There's this little ball of floating angry light behind you that's kind of crackling with electricity, and people roll initiative.
Oh, baby.
Now, did we all see, like, we all heard him do a mimicry of a voice before, but did we just see his face do the crazy...
Yes. Well, I mean, I was in the back, so if you were paying attention, that's behind us.
I
Oh.
certainly wasn't. I can't see you around Moose.
Holy crap.
I pressed button. I didn't get bacon. Button?
But
You,
No
button, bacon?
I didn't get... Oh, that's why.
what is A, G, and MS and T?
I don't know.
That's our formation.
Tally did not notice anything weird.
Okay.
Oh.
Tally out front, and Moose and
What?
Skirp in the middle.
Why is
Yeah,
Tally
bring
out
it up
front?
the middle.
No, you guys are
And
going
then-
north. So Gideon's in the front.
And then
It's okay.
No.
He's sleeping in the giant's arms.
August and Gideon are
24?
bringing up the
Ugh.
rear left.
He took a really big hit to his head that last time, I think.
Mhm.
All right. Well, it apparently gets to go again.
Apparently.
Because
Surprise round.
rolled really high. Oh my god, that's a bonus action. All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're gonna do both of those. Well, since you're there. $17 get you?
Yar.
Okay. Wow, that sucks, and let's hope that doesn't happen, but we'll see. You take 9 points of lightning damage. It is, in fact, the
Zord.
lightning round. Zap.
Zzz, zzz.
All right, Skirp. There's a light show going on behind you.
Oh. It'd be a shame if I noticed.
Mhm.
But here I am, nestled into the breast of Moose.
You're just kind of like, eh.
Yeah. If I'm aware of it, I'm pretty good where I'm at.
Okay.
Uh,
Gideon.
Gideon hears the sound and steps around Moose to see what's going on.
Yeah, there's a light show. August is crackling slightly.
August, did you make that?
Nope.
Okay, and he's just gonna fire off some shots at it because it's there.
Okay.
Some of those must hit, hopefully. God, I'd be so scared if it doesn't.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. He's gonna do that thing again. Puts down his hand crossbow. This time a lot more gingerly. He realized he's dropped it twice today, and he's like, you know what? I'm begging for trouble. And then he draws his blood spear and moves up.
Okay. Esmeralda. What are you going to do? She says you guys should be very careful of these things. To Skirp, she kind of, since she's close to you, she says you should stay away from this.
Okay.
Is this another scare goblin?
And she steps up and she takes an attack. What did I say her to hit was? Pretty high, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, she gets that, and like straight into the core of this little bobbing globe of it.
No, what kind of weapon does she use again?
She has a rapier.
Ooh, I appreciate that. I used to use one
Like
of those.
flourished and stabbed straight into it, and it looks like she struck home pretty good. Tally.
I say back to her. So when you say be careful of what?
It likes to feed on things that are near death.
Okay. Gonna do a sacred flame. Bam-a-dam. Bam-a-dam.
Skirp there is very close to death.
She is okay. Well,
Whoa.
it is okay.
That was my pun.
+9 to Dex saving throws.
Yarp.
It's a
It's a little ball of
light.
lightning. It floats around.
I'm shooting
All right,
fire.
August. This thing is in your
I'm gonna
face.
move over to here.
Okay.
Sorry, 5th edition. I can cast spells in melee or no?
Yes.
Doesn't it impose disadvantage?
It might be disadvantaged if it's an attack roll, but it's not
Yeah.
if it's a
If it's a
If it's
reflex, no.
yeah, like if they make a
or save.
save, it's no like they don't get advantage. But if it's an attack,
I don't think there's any disadvantage at all.
really?
If I remember correctly. No.
There is on. I think I read it recently that it's a disadvantage on attack rolls if you're ranged attack rolls, which includes spell attack rolls. But we can double check.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
checking
might be thinking
right now.
of attacks of opportunity. You might be right. It's disad.
Yeah, when you're making a ranged attack with a weapon, a spell, or some other means, you have disadvantage on the attack roll if you're within 5 feet of a hostile creature.
Yep.
Who can see
Page
you?
Got it.
195.
Gotcha. My bad.
So
No worries.
is there any such thing as like the 5-foot step back so I can cast spells or no?
You can disengage, but it takes your full action. You can just like eat an attack of opportunity to walk away. They only get one reaction a turn.
Unless otherwise stated by the stat block.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try to back away. I guess I'll take the attack of opportunity.
All right.
I wouldn't mind if you missed.
Zap.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
Critsville,
wow.
USA.
Shoot. No, it was supposed to do 1d8 damage, right? And so therefore it already incorporated the
Nice try.
Sorry, Zab, I just caused you to
16 damage.
16 points of damage. Lightning flavored. You may now take your actions.
I hope to return. Oops. All set damage. Base. Once I edit all this stuff. Save. Pew pew.
Pew pew. Well, it looks like it took 10 points of force damage. And there's like this tiny vortex of like an electrical storm and it just winks out.
There's not going to be a lot of those around here, are there?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Is there like any signs we should watch for?
She says, I wouldn't follow any straight lights. But otherwise, we should be okay. Those creatures tend to be somewhat rare and also solitary.
So
Okay.
that shoulder. Still an option, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, where are you? There we go.
Yeah, moose being a large creature can carry well over 500 pounds.
I mean, I can turn
Before
into
he-
tiny if I needed to, but if I stay here, I can at least cast spells from the shoulder.
Yeah,
Turn Moose into
and
a
since Skirp
turret.
didn't move, it didn't interrupt his short rest, right? He just stayed laying there.
In a manner of speaking, he was interrupted a little bit, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
meh,
did not
Yeah.
count.
5 more minutes.
Stand by. Everybody hears this because they're being quiet at all. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I use? Oh no, because we're not using short rest. I can't use my hit dice,
Oh, I
right?
was gonna move back to the front of the line. Oh no, I shouldn't have moved. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there. That's where we want you. You hear just this high pitched like squeaking sound.
What are they
and
saying?
You look up into the sky, just highlighted against like the full moon, is the most perfect Dracula-esque swarm of bats that descends down upon you guys and splits into effectively 5 smaller swarms surrounds
Oh
you
my
all.
god.
You guys keep your initiatives, and these shall enter into this.
They're bat screeches. Are they actually bat screeches?
They are actually bat screeches.
So they are speaking bat then, right? So they're saying eat us or something
But it
like
might
that.
be echolocation rather than,
Right.
a word.
Give me a second, I will tell you what they're saying.
I just figured if I can understand that there was an actual bat, then we know they're not vampires in bat form. Kind of is what I was thinking.
I mean,
You don't know that vampires don't speak bat too.
yeah. Oh Jesus
Well,
Christ!
I mean, I don't, but I would make that guess as a player or as a character, and if I was wrong in game, then we all get eaten, and it's fine.
Are we staying on the initiative, or are we moving? To
Yeah,
He
we're
said
staying
we're
on
staying.
initiative.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, it's easier because it's effectively part of the same combat. So we're just gonna reflip it.
Skirp,
Okay.
there's a bunch of bats now.
Skirp, there's a bunch of bats now.
What's the status of my short rest?
Denied.
Oh my god. I'm mad now.
Maybe after this one, we'll see.
Oh. Okay,
I
is it
told
just
you.
bats?
Yeah, just bats so
It's
far.
like when you lay down for
Oh,
a nap
right.
and work calls you every 5 minutes because they need something. That's the status of your short rest.
Yeah.
You're just basically getting like mix of they seem like they're using their echolocation and the word hungry over.
Hungry, hungry hippos.
Alright. I'm gonna slide to the ground and I
Put
will
yourself
cast.
in whatever square around Moose you want. You just have to be adjacent to him.
Okay. Drop down here, and I will cast Bless with a second level slot.
Oh sure.
Doesn't make it better; it just hits more people.
Yeah.
One additional creature for extra. So,
So you
it
put it on
targets
4
4
things.
creatures. Which would
Attack
be
or saving roll. Nice.
yeah. Let's make it everyone except me.
Okay. Esmeralda, Tally, Gideon, and August.
Yes.
D4 on attacks and saving rolls.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Right.
I really
Sick.
appreciate that.
All right, solid. The D4, Gideon.
Okay. 12, 23, 22. The nearest one, if it goes down to like the first or second, I'll move on, but otherwise all 3 into this dude.
And they're the one that's right next to you
Yeah.
or nearest you. Okay. 3 attacks. AC. Miss, hit. 4.
Damn.
Dun-
Your bless
Yeah.
wasn't enough. 12 didn't hit.
Nope.
Jerk.
Oh, actually, no. Yes, it did.
Oh.
Oh, it
Hey, I
wasn't
think we know their AC now. Oh.
And you just like you pin cushion enough because they're kind of tightly bunched.
Yeah.
You managed to bring down the whole swarm.
Swarm scatters. Okay, I'm gonna move in front of Tally. Again, putting down my thing, grabbing the, no, you know what? No, I can carry it. I'm just keeping it. I'm getting right up to him.
All right.
Try to stand between them and Tally.
This swarm of bats would have gone next, but has died. It's Esmeralda's turn. She doesn't like this game and is going to engage. She probably hits, I imagine. Yes, she does. Swarm of bats moves into the nearest,
Shit.
which is going to be August because he's slightly up higher because he's on Moose.
I should have told Moose to rotate him. Oh.
I'm gonna try and block that with my shield, imposing
Impose.
disadvantage on the bat.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's roll it twice. Not that it's gonna matter because I think that first one super missed. Yep. So the disad, it takes the low. You are good.
By though.
Gideon,
What?
it's your turn to get batted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bat me around, buddy. Wait.
Oh, come on, that was on a 19. I saw it. Sometimes I wonder about 3D dice. Sometimes
I always
I
turn
do
them off
too.
now.
I really, really wonder. All right, Tally.
Okay. Going to move to here, and I'm going to cast some Scorching Rays.
Oh.
I get 3 of them. Can I like shoot? I can change targets with them. Can I like shoot off 1 or 2 and see if something's still standing before
That seems fair.
shooting off the 3rd? All right, I'm gonna go after this one here. Scorching Ray.
It's an AC or save.
It's going to be an AC.
Okay.
So we'll see what that one does.
Don't forget your
It should be in there.
bless.
Okay.
Oh, the
Hits.
bless is included? Nice.
Yep.
They took some damage. They're still flapping.
Okay. I'll shoot 1 more at him. That doesn't seem right.
Jesus Christ.
That was a crit. Do you care if it doesn't seem right?
Oh no, it's probably crit plus yeah, that makes sense if it's crit plus a high roll on your bless.
Okay.
Yeah, you get a plus
Are you
7.
worried about your damage?
Yeah, if you're at
roll a
plus
4
+7
on
and
your
then roll 3
D4.
on your exactly.
Oh, the reason
wasn't
the
a
first
crit,
one,
yeah.
the reason the first one was red was because the D4 rolled
The
a
D4
1.
rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, crit is crit. That takes 11 damage.
Well,
6 and 5. Yeah.
I'm looking at it and it looks like it rolled a 19 and then a +4.
Yeah, it's not a crit because it's green because he rolled 4 on the max bless die.
Why is it doing
okay.
that? I'm
That
sorry.
seems buggy.
No problem.
All right.
So
We'll
I think
figure
it's
it out.
just a 6.
All right. It takes 6 points of fire. It is not on fire, but it's a good bit of the swarm has been
Plus
set
the
on
8,
fire.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's taken 14 total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot this one down here.
I didn't know we were ruler raving.
Do, 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 do.
Okay.
The one down here by Esmeralda.
Yes.
It takes fire damage and is also still up.
Alrighty.
Flap, flap. August. There's a partial swarm of bats in your face. They're quite annoying and very loud.
Partially on fire.
Yeah, they're very easy to see because, wings are on fire and whatnot.
Alright, I'll just hit. I'll cast the spell and take the disad, so I'll have to hit it twice.
Okay.
Plus
This-
D4, don't forget that.
There. This is the first bolt. 13
Hits.
for 10
Is
damage.
it seriously 14?
That would be 10 damage because I'm not getting the extra damage roll.
Ah, okay.
And then second bolt, 17 for 5.
Explodes.
Nice.
Explosions.
Explosions. Squeak, 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 squeak. Tally.
Don't you do it.
19.
Son of a bitch.
Ah, take 3 points of tiny, tiny piercing damage.
Tiny damage.
Uh-oh, what if they're werebats?
Well, and some of the rest of us are also screwed.
All right, Esmeralda, take maybe Your AC is kind of high. It's not that high. All right, she took some damage.
You're rolling really
it-
well against everyone but me tonight.
Wasn't really that impressive. Skirp.
Real good tank.
There are a number of bat swarms still up,
Yeah, looks like it. Let's
in equal or lesser value, have been put down.
scroll down here.
All right.
I forgot I had Spotify going. Advertisement started with someone screaming.
Working as intended.
It sounded like you played a screaming sound effect. I almost jumped.
Assuming there's no undead in the mix.
There are no undead in the mix, but you did
No.
crit, so
No skeleton bats.
you took out a good bit of that swarm with like your wrist flourish just kind of up over your head.
I'm just spinning it,
Yeah.
Star Wars kid style.
Yeah, it worked rather well as you have
Alright,
destroyed a large number of that swarm. Gideon.
Now, here's the reason, guys, that I took this crossbow expert feat here. Because I don't get disadvantage for being in melee with this thing. And since I took sharpshooter, I can shoot through Tally without taking disadvantage. So I'm going to ignore the thing attacking me and fire 3 sharpshooter attacks at the one next to her Tally.
Nice.
The one next to Tally.
Yeah. Does 29 hit
What do you think?
for 24 damage. Did it die?
Hilariously, it has 1 point left.
Does 12, hold on, 13 hit, hopefully.
Yes, it does.
Okay,
Uh,
then I'll turn to the one next to me and fire the last shot.
All right,
12.
you monster.
This bless is the coolest thing you have ever done, Skirp. Every fight from now on, god damn it.
It did just save some hits. All right, you nuke the one next to Tally, and gave the one next to you a little love tap. But it's all right.
So 2 crossbow bolts come whizzing by each ear and just pin like 4 bats each.
Esmeralda, yeah,
His face crunches.
does not kill that as well as she thought she did, but it's still dead. She got it by 1. Let me see. Swarm is dead. Ooh, Swarm gets to attack Gideon. Does it though?
I'm sorry. I still got
Tally.
all this temporary HP too.
Surrounded by dead bats and
Tally's face
constructs and undead
scrunched.
goblins.
Like in response to the 2 bolts flying right by her ears, and she kind of turns back over where they came from, seeing Gideon turning back to face the bats that he's dealing with, and she fires a sacred flame. I guess they're above you, so it wouldn't make sense for it to do anything funny. So right past the right side of your head,
All right.
and they're swarms. So I guess this is gonna be bad, but we'll find out.
Reflex. What's yours at? Failure.
Oh, jeez.
They're still up. Dang it. August. What is with these 20s?
Oh, I think it's because
It's not a
the
crit.
D4 is rolling
Yeah, it's the 4 that's
a
hitting
4.
the max dice.
Yeah.
It's the blessed die using
Alright.
the character sheet. So it's not a
So
crit.
two bolts.
For a total of 15 damage.
Yeah, that will be enough. No resistances against force damage, guys.
Yep.
All right, a mighty combat. Somewhat silly of a group of enemies, but you know what? It worked.
Skirp, that thing you just did that made me hit better, you should do that all the time. That was super cool.
Normally,
What is that?
Yeah, I'm
I
really
don't remember you
preoccupied
drawing
with-
this.
I
Oh,
know.
the stuff at the top. Yeah, that was from.
That was for the duel against Theodosius.
It seems like it
Can
got
you
a
guess
little
which
more
one is
detailed.
August?
Which one's me?
You're not there actually.
Apparently not.
No, you must be the water.
Oh god. Probably in the water.
All right, once more with feeling. Let's hope this one's interesting, shall we? No, those just don't happen anymore because they're afraid of Tally.
Ah,
Twig bites.
twig bites.
Yep.
They don't know I'm out of my channel divinity.
Just
Like,
a whole. I just imagine a whole group of twig bites waiting on the side of the road, and then they just fade into the underbrush as they see Tally.
Like Homer
They see
Simpson.
that like that glint of light off her shield, and there's like one of them like puts out its cigarette and just like, no man, I'm not doing this.
I'm not paid enough for this shit.
Union has rules against this kind of thing.
Oh no, my hiccups are back.
Oh, you made it almost the whole session.
You did it. It was pretty good. And you guys will make it to Valaki.
Wow.
Any sign of remnants?
No.
Remnants? Revenants?
Revenants. Remnants of revenants.
The thought
So
of
welcome back to
survivors.
Valaki.
Oh,
Um,
my goodness.
Do the guards let us in at night?
Yes, because you guys basically, as you may recall, you've installed a new Burgomeister here.
This is basically our town.
It's not your town, but they're not going to tell you no. Per se.
Dudes, I'm going to bed. Like, you guys, if something happens, come get me, but I'm going to the inn. I'm sick of this. It was a long
Yeah,
day.
I assume you guys just make your way to the inn.
You know, it occurs to me that we possession is like 9/10 of the law, right? And we may have killed a lady who owned a very nice mansion on the northern end of town. We should find out if we could take possession of it. Gideon has somehow gotten himself very drunk and is now hiccuping.
Man, like you just got in 10, you're like, well,
Yep, he
been a
pulls
long night.
out a bottle of like whiskey from his bag and just downs the whole thing
Yeah.
as they enter the gates.
I imagine like we walk through the gates, you pull it out, we see it, and then like our gaze gets distracted, we look back and the bottle's immediately empty.
Mm,
Uh,
he hands the empty bottle up to Skirp.
I guess
Why?
before we go, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Before we go towards the end or whatever, and maybe as we're approaching the gates of Valaki, Tally's going to come up beside Esmeralda and say, you know, tonight doesn't have to be a complete loss. We both started in a search, all of us did, to find something, a weapon against Strahd. And well, perhaps we at least found some allies in each other.
She says perhaps, and you guys can definitely handle yourselves out there. That's for certain. That said, we'll have to see how that goes. And she says, I'm gonna sit down here a bit and maybe have a drink or two. And she goes over and sits down and pulls out a deck of cards. And, you know, waitress comes over, says a couple things to her, walks away for a minute, brings her back a drink. And then at this point, starts just kind of absent-mindedly like laying out these cards. And she puts them out in this like cross formation. And I don't know, is anybody watching her do this other than like Gideon sitting there being tipsy?
On cue,
Yeah,
even.
I
Well
watch.
done.
That's so good.
I have a Callie has a keen interest in our new friend that saved her life.
All right. And she's almost gone kind of like 1,000-yard stare as she's doing this,
Mm.
and pulls out a card, places it, flips it over. It's a. Let me actually see if I have. stuff
Tally, you
to
think
show.
she wants to gamble? I mean,
I got half of that. What'd you say?
do you think she wants to gamble? I mean, I've only got like 15 gold, but you know.
I'm like, shh, shh, shh. I don't think tonight's a good night for you to do that. Maybe Skirp will play with you.
I mean, I do have the party funds over here. I could probably.
No, that's
I'll
actually.
just borrow against it, you know.
Yeah, I'll hold on to those actually.
Doesn't get old. All right, doesn't look like I have a set readily
Oh.
available. Like I have my set sitting here on my shelf. Doesn't help. So she pulls out the first one and flips it over, and on it is a 4 surrounded with swords, and there's a picture of what looks kind of like some sort of like warrior on it. And then she pulls out a second card and flips it. It's a what looks like a coin stamped with the you've seen it several times before. It's kind of the symbol of Ravenloft. And there's a picture of like a mountain of coins. And then she pulls out another one, and it's a star symbol, and it is surrounded by 5 more stars. And she kind of looks at it for a second, keeps flipping. She flips over another one, and it looks like a kind of like a treasure chest almost, and there's some person kneeling before it, kind of like in awe of it. And finally, at last, she pulls out the last one and places it in the center of this cross formation. And it's just a marionette. Like the puppet itself, you can see the strings kind of going off the illustrated card. So Tally, you said you were paying attention to her. Are you sitting
Yeah.
down with her?
Is she just sitting all by herself at the table?
Yeah.
I think standing at first, and then as I see the first 2 cards go, I'm like, wait a minute, this looks familiar. And then I'm like pulling out like a notebook, being like, hold on, we wrote this down. What was and flipping through it, and then I see like the marionette card come down. I'm just like, oh shit. And I sit down at the table after the 5th card lands.
And she's just kind of like very quietly, like she still like almost seems like she's staring off at nothing, picks up her cup and sips out of it. And, Finally, she blinks and just looks straight across at you. She says, "Do you know how to read this?" Kind of gestures with her hand at the table, showing the cards.
I recognize all of these. These have been shown to us before.
She kind of cocks her head. She says, "Have they? That's interesting. It's not typically something that one would see more than once in a lifetime."
As you say, it is very interesting.
She says, "This one here," and she points to the one at the bottommost of the cross. She says, "It is a man, an entertainer, a bard of sorts." And she smiles for a second. She's like, "I know who this is." And she says, "You know who it is. You've met him already."
Tally says, we could have met him tonight, but you seemed hesitant.
It's a long story, and she turns the card on its side like she's tapping mana, kind of. And she looks to another one, specifically the which one is this? The it was the first one she placed, so it's to the left of the crust, and she flips it on its side again, like tapping mana, and she says, "Your friend already carries a weapon like this, something that matches that description. I
Mhm.
imagine you found that here, a nest of ravens," and she kind of looks at the keeper.
Sort of Tally sort of like raises and kind of wrinkles her shoulders a little bit with the cloak, and nods.
Hmm. And actually, I messed that one up. That one should have been at the top. That was the coins, the
Mhm.
nest of ravens. The next one is actually the one to the left. She looks at it and says, This remains a mystery yet." And her eyes kind of go wide for a second. She says, "It is somewhere under a vast hoard of treasure.
Mhm.
I see mountains of coin and darkness, some deep darkness. But anymore, I'm not sure. It is cold there, but there's something else, wailing perhaps in the distance." She
We
focuses on it for a little bit more. She's like, "What are you gonna say?"
I was gonna say we thought it was Argavas Hold? Is that the place we just came from?
Yeah.
Um, we thought perhaps that would be with Argavas Hold.
She says, and she kind of focuses on dead things there,
Mm.
but not there. She kind of gets this like almost haunted look across her face for a second. I doubt it. And moves on to the next card. She says,
Okay.
"Here, I see a dead wizard. And he's lying. His staff is upon him, maybe, or next to him, or missing. I can't tell. There's something about his spirit that calls for his staff. He too is in some sort of darkness there, and the wailing again is perhaps closer, but similar than the last. I'm not sure, but it is very haunting." She moves to the one in the center. This one, like, she starts to kind of like reach out, pulls her hand back. She says, a heart, not like here. She kind of like points to her head, not the one that you love with, but the one here, and points at her chest, like an actual beating heart. I can see blood dripping from it, like it's been pulled from the chest of a great being, sitting on display in some massive point, almost like a lighthouse. But there, that's where he is. And she like looks and like just like locks eyes. She says, "That's where he is."
I nod in response.
And she just shakes her head and kind of takes, downs the rest of her drink and pulls the cards back up and stacks them, shuffles them, folds them up into this very like kind of fancy silk handkerchief and puts them away. She says, still odd you said that you have seen these before. It doesn't make a lot of sense. There must be something more that you would have seen these results more than once. And she says, where first did you see?
Another person dressed somewhat similar to you, somebody part of the Vistani, Madame Eva, read us our fortune.
Ah, yes, Stani. I know this Madame Eva, though I know of her. Met her in person. Interesting that she would have given you such a reading. The Vistani in these lands are somewhat beholden to Strahd, as I'm sure you may have realized by now. It's odd that she would find things that might lead you against Strahd in the end. I don't know what game she's playing. It's hard to say. She just stands up and kind of looks back. She says, anyway, bed. Gives you a relatively polite nod and just disappears upstairs.
Before she goes, I'm going to say, wait. When I spoke of Argynvost Hold, you thought of something but dismissed it.
There's only so many places. I mean, this land is full of the dead, yes. That's, I heard, as I told you before, perhaps there was a weapon with those that are dead. Argynvost made the most sense. She's like, the other place is far more dangerous, though if a weapon were hidden there, it perhaps makes the most sense. She turns away again and walks a few more steps up and then turns back again. She says, if Strahd were smart, we know he is, I think, unfortunately, that what I saw was Castle Ravenloft. And then she continues the rest of the way up the stairs.
Under her breath, shit. Gonna go back to Gideon and see if he wants to play cards.
Gideon's sitting there, has been staring at Tally this entire conversation. And when she comes back and sits down across from him, he doesn't say anything for a moment. He's just kind of looking at her blearily. And then you see him reach up like behind his neck and he starts fumbling with something, and then he unclasps the shield guardian amulet, pulls it out from his shirt and sets it on the table between them. You almost died today.
All of us have almost died any number of days here.
Well, don't do that again. And he slides the amulet towards her.
She'll pick it up and look at it.
You can feel, Moose on the other side of it pick it up. It's a weird kind of like alien feeling of there's this thing that's watching. I assume he's outside or in the stables. Like
Yeah, we put him in the stables.
But he's looking. You can feel that he's looking directly at you. He is.
So sort of in response to that, Tally's eyes shift up in the direction of Moose, obviously outside, not able to see him. Takes a heavy sigh. Says, She hasn't done me a lot of favors lately, but I've already got a guardian looking over me. Stands up and walks back and hands the locket to Gideon and say, you probably could use one more than I can.
He his hands are a little shaky when he takes the amulet back. But he just kind of stares at it for a moment.
And she puts a hand on his shoulder and sort of not like with a gentle amount of force, sort of turns your body so that way you like until you make eye contact with her basically,
Mm.
and says with like a hint of a smile, but thank you. It means a lot. And then
Gives
she's
a
going,
weak smile and then watches as you leave.
yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and go to sleep because fuck. What a day.
All right, and on that kind of bit of contrast to our ending, especially the last one, I think ending on some hope for a change instead of a cliffhanger. It's a good place to stop it out.
All right.
All right.
You guys have managed to avoid drowning, other horrible things this evening.
I knew we could do it.
All right, chat. It's been fun. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We're gonna send off host. Next month will be the next game, and you guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you in the morning in roughly 8 hours. Bye.